what happened was that I was brought here. I received a telephone call which was purported to be from Westminster Council, and they told me I've been booked into this hotel.
Yeah.
When I arrived at the premises, I was taken to a room with the numbers removed from the door, which wasn't the room that I'd been booked into. And I was told I was going to be booked in there anonymously, so I wasn't booked into that room. So I wasn't insured, and I wasn't placed for fire safety in the correct location. So if there had been a fatality, if there had been a fire at the premises, I wouldn't have been verifiable or in any way notifiable. So as soon as I mentioned that to the gentleman, I said to him that I wasn't happy to stay in a room with no numbers on the door, and I wasn't happy to be booked into a room. There was people in the room which they told me I'd been booked into. He completed another application. I said, you know, I'd like you to invoice me and make sure that I'm booked in, so that if there is a fire in the building, they can identify where I am.
What is your name?
I'll give you my details in a second, buddy. So after he completed the correct paperwork, he then said that the Westminster Council had cancelled the booking, and unfortunately, when I phoned the people who claimed to work for Westminster Council, what they said was that they'd made an allegation that I'd been badly behaved, which was completely inaccurate. The guy was totally polite. He showed me to the room. I said I was happy to stay in the room, but I wanted the correct paperwork to be completed. He completed the correct paperwork for me. That wasn't an issue. And as soon as he completed the correct paperwork, what happened was that another gentleman arrived, and then they told me that I wasn't allowed to stay in the room. So basically, they tried to take me into a dodgy room. I didn't fall for it. Then they realised that they were bent as a 9-bob note, shit themselves, and tried to kick me out because they realised that they were totally in the wrong.
We've spoken to them, okay?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a civil dispute. Okay, the reason you're not allowed in there is because you've been smoking in the room and you're refusing to wear a mask.
That's complete bullshit,
face covering.
mate.
Well, that's what they've said.
Okay.
And it's been referred back to the council, and the council have agreed that you're not to have a room. Okay. So, unfortunately, you need to get in touch with the council. You won't be getting a room in here.
So if you don't nick those guys, I'm going to smash the fuck out of this hotel.
You're not going to do that at all.
Either you go in and nick them, mate. I'm completely innocent. I've not committed a crime. I've not been impolite or improper to. Yes, they have, mate. So what they've just done is try to take me into a room where I was going to be murdered, mate. What they've done is constitutes attempted murder. What's your name again?
PC Russell.
And what's your badge number?
1693.
And which nick do you work at, mate?
Kilburn.
Okay. My name's Brodie McLeod. I've got some photo
You take any
identification.
medication, Brodie?
Is that relevant?
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I've taken a caffeine and glucose tablet. I've taken a calcium supplement, magnesium supplement, a multivitamin and iron. I haven't got any prescription medication. No, I haven't got a prescription for any medication at present. Some photo identification there if you want it. What these guys have done is totally illegal, and I've not committed any crimes at all. They've tried to take me into a room completely illegally, where I was going to be uninsured, and potentially what they've done is facilitate an attempted murder.
How do you know that? How can you say they were doing that?
Well, if you take somebody into a hotel and you put them into a room anonymously with the numbers removed from the door, if anything happened to you in that room, if there was a fire in the building,
certain hotels
if I died,
like this don't have numbers on, but there are numbers. It's just a room. How can you say they were trying to kill you?
well, what I'm saying is...
Do you have any idea on you so I can take that down first?
Yeah. So, I've got a whole load of emails and audio recordings of conversations with people who don't work for the council. I've also got a document which was given to me by the team when they emailed over the booking. But what happened was they realised they'd been caught red-handed and that I hadn't fallen for going into a bent room.
Where do you normally live?
And then they shit themselves and made up a load of bullshit to try and kick me out, mate. And now I'm out on the street.
Where do you normally live?
I've been staying in hotels for the last sort of few weeks.
Right.
When was the last
Well,
time
sorry, I've been in temporary accommodation in Southall for
Right. And
about 3 weeks.
why aren't you still there? Why are you at this end?
Because of the teething problems that I've had with the accommodation and a whole load of fraudulent communications. I was taken from Marsham Street on on the 26th of January. I was taken into temporary accommodation which had been broken into. I wasn't given a key so that I could get in and out of the property, and then I had a whole load of fraudulent communications. Somebody who took a whole load of personal data, conducted what they said to be a housing triage and housing application, and they've just ignored me following
When was
that.
the last time you lived at Box Fastly, if I'm pronouncing it?
2018.
Have you been arrested before?
Not for many years, mate. No.
You're not going to be able to stay here tonight.
I don't want to stay here, mate. It's dodgy as
Okay.
fuck. Like, you know, they've just tried to stitch me up and they've just been caught, and now they're making up a load of bullshit.
So why don't you leave then?
Well, I was basically I was kind of hoping that they might turn around and try and sort something out, but these people need to be nicked, mate. Like what they've just done. Like if I'd gone to sleep in that room anonymously, like if there had been a fatality, I would have just been an
Well,
unknown.
luckily there wasn't. And
I would have just been an unknown cadaver.
their
and
concern
their concern is that they're going to get nicked,
You've
mate.
been smoking in the room.
That's complete
and
horseshit, mate.
That's what you're not allowed to do, and also the fact
I didn't
that
even enter the room. I was with the
mask.
gentleman. That's
Okay.
just complete horseshit, mate.
What you need to do is speak to the council now to see if there's any other alternative accommodation, but it won't be in here.
I'm not able to speak to the council because
Okay.
my mobile phone's hacked. If you want to have,
It's hacked.
if you want to have a listen, I've got a whole load of audio recordings of conversations with the council with illegitimate stuff.